The instructions were to poison me through inhaled chemicals that would paralyze my brain within 3 months. This was the intent and the purpose of the whole operation.
On May 19, 2025, former Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua dropped a bombshell at a press conference in Nairobi, alleging that President William Ruto ordered a clandestine operation to eliminate him. These claims have ignited fierce debate across the country, raising questions about political stability as we head towards the 2027 elections. Let's dive in the details. Speaking at his current residence, Gachagua claimed he received credible intelligence that President Ruto personally instructed a specialized team, as I quote, to deal with him once and for all, end of quote. He alleged that a killer squad was mobilized to attack him, with specific orders issued on Sunday, May 18, 2025. While he was attending a church service in Murang'a County, Gachagua went further, claiming the plot involved biological weapons designed to degrade his mind over 3 months.
Monday the 18th, May 2025, I received intelligence reports that President William Ruto had ordered that I be dealt with once and for all. And since the goons sponsored by the state on several occasions had failed, police and other state security agencies had to come in. At about 11 a.m., same Sunday, 18th May 2025, this information was communicated to the Inspector General of Police, the Director General of the National Intelligence Service, and the Director of Criminal Investigations by the CS Interior Kipchumba Murkomen, and consequently, a killer squad composed of 101 lethal and dreaded officers. After about 30 minutes, the killer squad was joined by their counterparts who are highly trained in the use of biological weapons. The instructions were to poison me through inhaled chemicals that would paralyze my brain within 3 months. This was the intent and the purpose of the whole operation.
The allegations stemmed from an incident on Sunday evening when police officers reportedly surrounded Gachagua's home in Karen and Wamunyoro. His lawyer Ndengwa Njiru raised the alarm, calling it a suspicious late-night operation. Gachagua claimed he had to reroute his travel to avoid a setup where police allegedly planned to plant arms in his convoy as a pretext for arrest. He stated that patriotic officers tipped him off, refusing to comply with what he called, as I quote, evil mission, end of quote.
My team and I sought alternative routes as guided by the deployed security personnel, majority of whom are our supporters and opposed to what is going on. At about 2:30 p.m., we received further intelligence from the deployed patriotic officers who are not in agreement with the evil mission that they had clear instructions to plant arms and weapons in our convoy to provide evidence to arrest us and get evidence that they could charge us with in court.
Gachagua also addressed concerns about his security, revealing he is now protected by civilian licensed firearm holders. This move, he said, was necessary after the government withdrew his official security details following his impeachment in October 2024. He said, and I quote, "I have been a licensed firearm holder since 1995, end of quote. Gachagua told reporters, emphasizing that his team operates within the law. He defended the decision, citing repeated attacks and the need to protect himself.
We have credible information that President Ruto has directed that my private security personnel be disarmed and be targeted for withdrawal of their licenses so that they can leave me vulnerable to allow room for goons to attack and possibly eliminate me. President William Ruto has expressed ungovernable anger that the state-sponsored goons are being overpowered by my private security personnel who are licensed gun holders. No, I am a licensed firearm holder. I've been licensed as a firearm holder from 1995. Officers who helped me are licensed firearm holders within the provisions of the law. We don't carry any illegal weapons. in this country, civilians are allowed to have firearms. And since the government withdrew security around me, and there has been so many attacks against me, it was my responsibility to put up a team of civilian fireholders to escort me around. And there's nothing that is illegal, and there's nothing that is wrong.
Gachagua's impeachment last year marked a turning point in Kenyan political landscape. Accused of insubordination and divisive politics, he's also strained relations within the Kenya Kwanza coalition, particularly the vote-rich Mount Kenya region. Supporters of Gachagua have accused President Ruto of betraying the region, fueling tensions that continue to simmer. Gachagua's latest claim suggests a deeper rift, with the former deputy president alleging a broader scheme to silence dissent.
Report to who? These are the same people who want to kill me. How do you report to the people who are planning to poison your mind so that the brain can be paralyzed and then you become a vegetable? I cannot report. And I wrote to the Inspector General of Police and the Director of Criminal Investigations. Instead of answering the issues I addressed, told me to report to the next police station. Yet all these things have happened under the cover of the police. So it is useless to go and report to the police. That is why I'm talking to the people of Kenya, so that if anything happens to me, President William Ruto must be held accountable. And I want to say, when they hounded me out of office, I pleaded with my supporters to stay calm and express their displeasure by singing. That is no longer going to be the case. And my supporters have blamed me for not allowing them to stand up to intimidation and the wrong things that are being done against their leaders. Therefore, our supporters are on high alert, and they will be part of the leadership and ourselves who will be resisting impunity and intimidation by William Ruto.
Political analyst Dr. Jen Wambui weighed in, calling Gachagua's allegations serious and in need of urgent investigation. She said, and I quote, "If true, this points to a dangerous escalation in political tactics," end of quote, and if fails, it risks inflaming tensions unnecessary. With Kenya grappling with economic challenges and public discontent, these claims could further polarize the nation as factions within Kenya Kwanza jostle for influence ahead of 2027. Gachagua's claim comes amid of his recent controversial remarks about the 2027 elections. On Friday, he suggested that discrepancies by the IEBC could lead to chaos, citing Kenya's troubled electoral history of 2007.
I didn't say I was misquoted. I said the interpretation is wrong. People are not interpreting what I said correctly. Mine is a cautionary statement. And history is very important. During the finance bill of 2024, I did caution President William Ruto and the cabinet that it will bring problems because I listened to the people of Kenya. When a member of parliament from Rift Valley says that even if the votes are not enough, they will know how to manufacture them. When another leader from Rift Valley says they can rule for 24 years. These are the things that have put the people of Kenya on notice, and people are speaking. And as a responsible leader, I must caution IBC that the people of Kenya are saying, please don't try. And we are saying we must draw parallels from history. And all I was saying is that that has happened before in 2007, and it is possible it can happen now. And I was asking IBC to be patriotic enough to make sure they don't put the country into a crisis. That is all I did. I did not ask anybody to cause violence. I did not say people will fight each other. I just said, let's be careful. This has happened before, and it was bad. And from the way people are speaking, it could be worse. That is what I said.
He doubled down on Sunday, insisting his comments were a call for accountability, not incitement. With the elections approaching, these allegations add fuel to an already heated political climate. Gachagua has called for an independent probe into his allegations, urging Kenyans to stay vigilant. He said, and I quote, "I am not afraid, but I will not be silenced," end of quote. President Ruto's office has yet to respond, though sources close to the presidency dismissed the claims as baseless and politically motivated. As Kenya awaits an official statement, the government faces pressure to address these allegations transparently to restore public trust. As Kenya navigates this political storm, one thing is clear: Gachagua's allegations have raised the stakes. Will they spark accountability or deepen divisions? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Reporting for Maisha Television, I'm William Juma.